Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Atria's PNC Park. Thanks for coming out tonight. I see you guys know where the stadium is, so you just walk past Roberto Clemente, and you're here at Atria. So we got a great show coming up. Smokin' Jim got some great guests coming in with more that'll be appearing. So we're going to start the show. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. Of course, everybody knows Smokin' Jim Frazier. He's world-renowned. And we're out of Bethel Park Studios, BPTV, Comcast 7, only in Bethel Park. For all of you that want to watch the show, this will be rebroadcast Wednesday night, 7 o'clock to 8 on Verizon 32. We've been seen as far out as Nemacolin to Cranberry, Wexford, and City of Pittsburgh. Even right on this street here, people have watched Verizon 32 and told us they like the show. So I hope you like the show and enjoy your interviews. For the guys that have been on before, you're doing it again. You sort of know how we operate. We'll bring up your coach, and I think we'll bring the whole team up when we do that. And we talk about what's on your mind to start the show. Well, we have a sponsor. Skeets Lewandowski owns Skeets Service Station in Finleyville, and he sponsors our What's on Your Mind. He fixes anything that runs on gas, so this is my little promotion for him. You can bring in weed whackers, cars. I saw them working on a tractor there. So he handles just about everything that comes in that works on gas. So he's a good guy. Check out Skeets Service Station. It's right in Finleyville, 7 miles from my house in Bethel Park. And we're going to start this show right now. Smokin' Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green, you got to see Levine. I want to thank everybody for coming out. We appreciate it. We don't take you for granted. Big hand for the folks here at Atria to even have us out here on a Monday night. Listen, the Pittsburgh Steelers lost 4 in a row. It's time to fire defensive coordinator Keith Butler. It's time to fire Jarvis Too Slow Jones. William Gay hasn't seen the tackle he ever wanted to make. William Gay wouldn't hit a blind Jeffrey Dahmer sprinkling hot sauce on his girlfriend in the middle of the million-man march. I'm sick and tired of hearing 350-pound Ramon Foster on the radio every day. He runs a 5.6 40. He only got a 26-inch vertical jump. He can barely bench press his weight. He can't trap. He can't pull. He's yet to have one pancake block. Listen, the only reason that Ramon Foster is in the start lineup is because he loves Ben Roethlisberger. At 350 pounds, he loves anything with burger in it. I'm not here to hate. I'm just shooting straight. The Pittsburgh Steelers don't want to be great. They just want to be 8-8.
In case you didn't know, Smokin' Jim's a great entertainer. He's an NFL scout. He's a Steelers scout. He's in their war room. He gives them all these picks, and they don't listen to him. They say he's too loud. So I hope you enjoyed that little episode there. It was a great one, Smokin' Jim. You're going back a couple years. I heard the Steelers don't want to be great. They just want to be 8-8 for so long. He revived it. It's unbelievable. I hate to jump on the bandwagon. I'm a big sports fan. I watch all kinds of sports. And I still am in shock with the Steeler game. I didn't get to see it because I was doing a charitable fundraiser at the Crown Plaza, but they had a TV screen right in the middle of the room where we were at. I just can't believe that last couple minutes of the game. How does Big Ben do that fake spike? You get a touchdown, and then they get 2 touchdowns where their running back, rookie running back, Ezekiel, didn't get touched. Now, you guys play football. How do you go up the middle and nobody lays a hand on you? That's what I'm shocked about. I'm not as loud as he is. I'm not as entertaining. I just call it like I see it. And that was just a shocker there. Everybody there had a great night. As we were walking out, everybody was talking about the Steelers suck. So they got to face the music. I don't know what they're doing. How many times did they try for a 2-point conversion? 4 times? So, I mean, I know we're aggressive, but sometimes there's stupidity before that aggressiveness. So, I don't know. Hope the losing streak ends, but we're going to Cleveland, who's got a young team that fights hard in every game, at least the first half. I'm worried. So, I'll be bold. I'll predict the streak will be over. They beat Cleveland. I hope. All right, tell us where you're from.
Los Angeles, California. Born and raised.
And thanks for coming in just to do our show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We appreciate it. And you're staying with a great friend of ours who's the best cut man in the corner and has a great gym, Mike McSorley of Calm Greb Boxing.
Yes, indeed. He's leading the resurgence of Pittsburgh boxing. Thank heaven it's about time.
And we're riding that wave. I was telling you on the phone, we do a lot of Golden Gloves fighting and even some small pro fights here.
It's been dormant for a long time, and it's needed a renaissance. And Mike's really, he's got a touch, he's really got a firm grasp of the past and what's gone on here, and he's using that to push his fighters forward into the future.
As we noticed.
Yes. Con Greb, hence the name.
Yes, he picked out a couple good names.
Yes, he did. The two best, actually. The two best.
I got to ask you the main question here. What got you started to do a Pittsburgh boxing book?
Well, first of all...
Or why?
First of all, Pittsburgh is the only major fight town that's never had a book written on its history. I mean, Philadelphia, Boston, LA, even Baltimore and New Orleans.
Look, they put a statue of a boxer there that's not a real boxer.
Yeah.
In Philly.
Yeah. So, I wondered why, and I've been writing boxing for decades now, and I just noticed that a disproportionate number of boxers that I liked were from Pittsburgh, so it made me wonder what's in the water here. So I started trying to do research, but there were no books. So I guess I'm the one that's supposed to.
You need to talk to people.
Yeah, I need to talk to people and find out what happened here. And it was just it started from there about 7 years ago, and it's ballooned into something pretty amazing.
Well, now you're friends with the Rooney family, the Kahn family. I mean, how do you do it? Roy McHugh, great writer here for the Pittsburgh. For the Pittsburgh Press and Post Gazette. Yeah. I worked with him down in the production department. Yeah. So we read his column.
Yeah, well, Art Rooney, his father, Art Rooney Sr., owner of the Steelers, founder of the Steelers, was a big boxing man. In fact, he helped keep it alive, the Rooney McGinley Boxing Club. And as a matter of fact,
those McGinleys are in everything.
Yeah, they are, and they thank God for that because. And Art's actually doing a book. Art Jr. is doing a book on the history of the Rooney McGinley Club specifically. So
that'll be great. Maybe he'll talk about their beer they were brewing and all that other stuff and horses they owned and tracks and
the horses that they named after friends. It's just hilarious. I don't know.
They got some great stories.
They do.
I've heard a few from being in the background of that and loving horses and owning standard bred horses at the Meadows.
Oh wow!
And they own that racetrack called Yonkers.
Oh, they own that?
Or I thought they did.
I don't know much
they
about
had
horse racing.
we won't talk that then.
Okay.
They divested themselves because they were forced to.
Yeah.
Let's get back to boxing.
Okay.
How many titles? Because I had mentioned I had heard 5 titles were being held by Pittsburghers through a certain period of time, and I'd like to just bring that up.
Yeah, well, that's what made me wonder what was in the water here. There was a time when there were only 8 weight divisions in boxing. There was no junior divisions, super divisions, 3 titles. There's 1 champion per division, 8 weight divisions. And
not like now with the alphabetical titles, A, B, C, X, Y, Z.
Yeah, uncrowned champion is an obsolete term because everybody's a champion these days.
I know some guys and girls around here fought their first fight and they won a belt.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
It's unheard of.
It's crazy, but... yeah, there was a time where 5 of 8 of the champions, not all at the same time, but like in about a 5-year span, were from Pittsburgh. 5 of 8, and that's a tremendous amount of champions to have.
Even I recognize that as not being a boxer.
Yeah, that's just it's crazy, and nobody around here seems to know about it. So that.
I'm glad I brought it up to you.
I'm glad you did too, because people need
twice now.
People need to know the story of what happened here.
Well, I want to suck that knowledge out of you and put it out there on the air.
It's been gestating for 7 years. Somebody's got to.
And when's the book gonna appear?
Looks like it's going to be the spring.
Well, good luck to you. I wish you well with that.
Thank you. I wish myself well with it too. It's been a long, hard undertaking, but I think you'll enjoy it.
I'm sure. How many times have you been to Pittsburgh?
This is my 3rd time. third time. And it's been, mostly research, going to the Carnegie Library and just
Sure, we got facts there.
studying microfilm and finding pictures. And it's really great because a lot of the families of the fighters will just come out of the woodwork and call me, hey, have you heard of my grandfather so-and-so? And I'll be like, yeah, here's 5 pictures of him and a few write-ups. And tears and just, it's
Well, I told you about a cousin, my dad's cousin, which is my second cousin, come to our house. He was like 66 years old, started running around my neighborhood in Green Tree. We're young kids. We're like, who is this guy? He had this old brown luggage, and he had vitamins in there. He was in the vitamins and supplementation.
Yeah.
And he was shadow boxing wherever he went, and his face was tore up. He had cauliflower ears. He had a nose that moved every which way. So it was part of my family.
Cauliflower ears were considered a mark of distinction back then. And
He must have
boxers
done
gave
well.
themselves cauliflower ears.
Really?
Oh, yeah, to start out, because it meant you were a real fighter. If you didn't have a cauliflower ear, you were a wimp. You were a pansy who didn't want to fight.
Oh, he had some ugly ears, I'll tell you that much.
hey.
I'll never forget. I think I was 6 years old.
He probably didn't think so.
I loved him.
You're laughing at his medals there.
How true.
Yeah,
Very true.
absolutely. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully it's a labor of love. I mean, I know it's not going to sell 1 million copies, but that's not why I wrote it. I didn't write it as a profit adventure.
So you'll have the book on Pittsburgh boxing. That's the key.
Yeah, well, so you guys have it.
And we're going to enjoy it. We want copies.
Yeah, you'll get a copy. Yeah, I'll come back in the spring.
We'll have you back on.
I hope you do.
We'll see how
I
this
didn't bore
goes.
you too much this time.
We'll see how this goes.
These guys
Now,
all look tired, so I think I bored everybody.
well, you know what? It's a school night in Pittsburgh, and they're going to have to leave early. And I told them the most important question is I ask you what's your name. So they're a little nervous. But we'll see
My
what
first
happens.
time too, guys. This is making me nervous, so don't worry about it.
Oh, good. Now, I teased them about you being an instructor in the ocean.
Uh-oh.
What do you do there?
I'm a surfing instructor for emotionally troubled teenagers.
It's great stuff you're doing.
Yeah,
It truly is.
It's instant therapy. I've never seen such therapeutic, just instant turnaround.
What got you into that?
I've been a surfer for as long as I've been a writer, and
And how long's that?
over 20 years. So, and I worked with troubled teens at various psychiatric facilities and behavioral health care centers, and I just combined the two. So now we have, we help troubled teens.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's great. They find something they're good at, and they learn to be in the moment, which takes you out of your head. And
Sure.
it's the best
Is it
program
hard? Is it hard to teach them?
No. Well, it depends. You have some kid that's 300 pounds of jelly.
How about my friend that's 355 here?
I bet I can get him up on a board. I got a big board, and I bet I can get you up. If you're ever in LA, let me know.
Good. We're heading out to L.A. We'll see you in the spring.
Seriously, I could get you up. You've challenged me now.
Whoa.
You challenged him to rap again like you did before. Now you're challenging me to teach him how to. Okay.
That's how I operate.
Yeah, challenge 2 people at the same time. Okay.
I'm fearless, and I'm positive in what I do and say.
Nerves extracted somewhere along the line.
I don't feel any pain.
Nor should you.
It's all good intent here.
Hey, So but it's a great job. I enjoy it. Between surfing and boxing, it's great exercise. It'll keep you young.
I see some photos with you in the ocean there and some of your friends, and they
reading
thank
one?
you. Yeah, so I see some of that stuff. I didn't know whether to like it or not.
Well, like I said, it's the best antidepressant and the best anti-anxiety I know of is the ocean.
You look awfully calm here, and you're away from your board.
I had a beer before I came up for something. No, I'm kidding. I'm
Okay.
kidding. I'm kidding.
I like your sense of humor.
It's the Irish in me.
Definitely. And can you tell us an Art Rooney story, Art Rooney Sr. story with boxing? Do you have anything that could tie in with that?
Oh, boy. Art Rooney
I wanted to pick in there because he was a boxer, played all kind of sports.
Yeah, he was. He was really tough. He was actually trained by Joe Kowinski, who was one of the few people to knock out Jack Johnson, the first African-American heavyweight champion.
Wow, I'm familiar with Jack Johnson.
Yeah, right. He taught Jack a lot of the fundamentals of boxing because they went to jail right after that fight. They went straight to jail and spent a year in prison in the same cell. And Kowinski, who was only 170, there was no light heavyweight division back then, so if you were over 160 pounds, you were a heavyweight. You were fighting
That's amazing.
200 pounds, yeah. And Johnson was much bigger than Kowinski, and Kowinski says to him, Jack, there's nobody who's as fast as you that should be getting hit like I hit you.
Yeah.
And so he taught him a lot of the fundamentals, because he was a lot older, so he taught him a lot of the fundamentals, and Johnson credited Joe Kowinski for helping him become the great boxer he was.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson. So.
I got to deeper in your...
Fought here, by the way. Jack Johnson fought here the day Forbes Field opened. Everybody after the game, the inaugural game at Forbes Field, ran to Duquesne Gardens and saw the Jack Johnson Ross fight. Yeah, Jack Johnson.
We did hold a lot of fights back in the day here.
Jack Johnson was here, and he was pissed because he had just won the title from Tommy Burns in Australia. He comes back here and had a couple of soft touches, and the the press was criticizing, "Oh, you're just fighting these little tiny guys." So Jack was just mad. So he picks Tony Ross, who was from Newcastle and who weighed about 200 pounds, and just said, "I'm going to rip him to shreds," and he did. He just 6-round beating. Jack was Jack was usually a clincher and a holder. Not this fight.
No clinching and holding.
Ooh, he just uppercutted him.
I wondered how Ali watched his fights and learned some of that stuff. He watched all the fighters.
Yeah, well, watch his second fight with Joe Frazier. All that clinching he did, hit him coming in, then clinch.
That's why I'm bringing it.
Clinch. Yeah, absolutely. That was like the blueprint, the way Jack Johnson would hit you coming in and then clinch you.
Nice.
Smother your offense. But yeah, Jack fought here at Duquesne Gardens. He did.
Wow, that's great. Hey, we always talk about, among us, Smoking Jim and I and other people in the boxing, about who's the pound for pound best fighter that you've seen over time. And I always say Sugar Ray Robinson.
Well, that we've seen or that we know of?
Know of too, because there's a lot of history here that other people have talked about. Somebody like Burley, they ran away from Burley. Nobody'd fight him because he'd knock you out.
Yeah, he was maximum risk, minimal gain, and he was from like Hill District.
Right. Which is the epicenter for jazz, blues, and boxing.
Well, that was one of the things that attracted a lot of fighters and musicians to Pittsburgh, because African Americans got a fair shake here as boxers too. They just flocked here. Henry Armstrong, they all.
It was called the Crossroads here.
You couldn't draw the color line. The color line was absolutely illegal here. Red Mason ran boxing. He was sort of like the Art Rooney of his day, and if you drew the color line, you were out. You couldn't get a fight.
Interesting stuff. And I know you like jazz and blues because I helped promote Jessica Lee Jazz and Blues.
Yeah, I love
You're always liking and making comments.
Yeah. But getting back to your question about the greatest pound-for-pound fighter was...
Yes, let's do that.
It was either Harry Greb, who was from here, or Sam Langford, the Boston Terror. Jack Johnson didn't even want to fight Sam Langford. Harry Greb was, yeah. Well, midway through his career, he got thumbed and blind. Back then, they didn't have thumbless.
Windmill. He had that windmill style.
Pittsburgh Windmill. He's from Garfield, and he's the greatest as far as I'm concerned. He's a middleweight who went up and whipped top-ranking heavyweights. And even Jack Dempsey wouldn't fight him.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And he was very much loved in this town, and he died young, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've read a little bit about him. I can't wait to read your book and your stories.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, he would take on any heavyweight you put in front of him. He was just a little 5'8" middleweight. I mean, he was just so fast you couldn't hit him. He was like a jackrabbit.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He was like.
What do you think about Sugar Ray Robinson, at least the beginning of his career?
Awesome fighter. Greatest welterweight ever, one of the greatest lightweights ever. Middleweight, he started to be kind of, past his best, but, awesome fighter. What can you say? Pretty flawless overall. Punching power, could move, could hit with either hand. Right. Fast hands, fast feet, iron chin.
All right, that's enough.
Never stopped. Oh, well, Sugar Ray was Sugar Ray,
Yeah.
But most of the people that saw Harry Greb and Sugar Ray fight, the guys that were around back then, said Greb would have taken him.
That's unbelievable. That's good stuff. Yeah.
That says a lot about Harry Greb. So Pittsburgh should be proud of Harry Greb. Who was Ernest Hemingway's favorite fighter, by the way.
Oh, get out.
Ernest Hemingway loved Harry
Since you're a writer, you're throwing the writers right in on this.
Well, there's a link between boxing and writing. I mean,
I know.
So many great writers have been boxing fans, from George Bernard Shaw to James Baldwin to Jack.
How about Kipling?
Kipling, Oscar Wilde, who had an affair with the Marquis of Queensberry's son. I mean, can you imagine?
No. There's some crazy stuff.
That was the O.J. trial of its day,
There's always one in its day.
Yeah, absolutely. But Oscar Wilde,
what a character.
Joyce Carol Oates, boxing fan. I mean, just Ernest Hemingway. I mean, everybody. George Bernard.
You're a wealth of information all around this boxing.
You get me started, and it just happens.
Mission accomplished.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to bring up? You got a story that's one of your favorites or something?
Keep poking me, and I'll keep coming out with them,
Guess what? We got another couple minutes. Let me hear something.
Oh, geez. Let me hear something. That's a little open-ended. You gotta be specific. Well, the shirt. This is what I got to.
Tell us about it.
This is a grounds crew jacket from Greenlee Field. Now, Gus Greenlee, as you know, he was the first African-American manager of a world boxing champion, who was John Henry Lewis, light heavyweight champ in the early 30s. Now, people don't remember him for the same reason a lot of people don't remember Michael Spinks. His last fight, he got knocked out by Mike Tyson. John Henry Lewis's last fight, he got knocked out by Joe Louis.
Okay.
So people don't
Makes
remember.
sense.
Yeah, but
You don't remember the second place.
Yeah, but he was just an awesome fighter for years. And Gus Greenlee not only managed him, but he managed the Pittsburgh Crawfords. That was his thing, and the Crawford Grill, which brought Duke Ellington together with Billy Strayhorn, which when Wetner's Lena Horne, she became a star at the Crawford Grill. And
Since you're talking Crawford Grill, Jessica Lee's involved in a couple foundations. Franco Harris is involved in reviving the Crawford Grill. I've been out there a couple times.
it needs to be revived because it was a cultural epicenter on so many levels. I mean, for music.
And they're looking at bringing it back maybe in the next couple years. I heard there's a couple things going on there.
I hope so. I hope so.
You'll come out for the music when it comes back.
For all of it, especially the boxing renaissance. If you get a jazz renaissance going too, I'll move here. Forget surfing. I'll move here.
You can travel to go surfing.
Yeah, exactly, and I do. But yeah, for the music and the boxing, I would easily move to Pittsburgh.
I'm glad we found out these little tidbits about you as listening.
I'll think more as soon as I leave here is when I'll think of 100 more things I should have told you.
Give me one more story. I need a story from you, a boxing story.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Dig down, tunnel down to the 7 years in your history in boxing and writing. Come on, man, what do you got there?
Okay, here's a story for you. Billy Conn, light heavyweight champ from Pittsburgh. Legendary. Okay, Pittsburgh has a history of giving the finger to the mob. Pittsburgh boxers, they won't play.
Well, we had our own mobsters here. So.
Yeah, they didn't hold much clout with guys like Art Rooney and Gus Greenlee. Those guys,
They did their own thing.
Yeah, they did their own thing. Anyway, Billy had to fight, obviously, in New York to get a lot of big fights. And Frankie Carbo, who was the czar of boxing in New York, the mob guy, he basically came into the gym one day when Billy was training and said to Johnny Ray, Billy's trainer, "I got a piece of your fighter. I got 10%. And, Johnny Ray says, "The hell you do? Who the hell are you?" And this is the guy who actually murdered Bugsy Siegel.
Wow.
Trigger man.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the trigger man. And they said, no, I got a piece of you. And Billy comes in, who's this guy? And just basically chased off Frankie Carbo. And Frankie's like, I'll be back. Well, Art Rooney got word of this. Now, Art Rooney was friends with Oni Madden, Oni the Killer. Now, a lot of people don't know who he was. He was an Irish mobster.
Know who he was. I'm learning.
James Cagney was friends of him. What you see James Cagney doing in the movies is
Imitating
Oni Madden, Oni the Killer. So Art Rooney gets message to his Irish friends. There's this Italian mobsters that, Oni Madden's been putting people in an early grave when Frankie Carbo was still dating
learning
cheerleaders. Yeah, basically.
He learned the biz.
Well, next thing you know, the pressure was off Billy Conn. Oni said, "You don't know anything, Frankie. You don't own anything." Wow. So yeah.
Great story.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you for coming out.
I'll see you in the
appreciate it.
springtime. I'll see you guys in the springtime. Thank you very
You
much.
got a seat again.
I appreciate
Wherever
it.
we're at, you can have a seat.
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate it. Liz, welcome to the show. It's been a while since we've had you on.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me back.
And I watched that show, Championship Chase, and they've expanded what you do now.
Yeah. Well,
You're even doing trivia answers and stuff. It's unbelievable. And interviewing players.
I do interviews.
I enjoy the interviews.
I do a lot now.
The Progress Player of the Week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got to get a little plug there.
We give the Progress Player of the Week we pick a high school player each week. Jim helps me with that.
He's always helping when they're picking players and stuff.
I know. And of course, last week was Gateway. Jim.
Do we have to hear about this? We got to pass this subject. He did do that, and he does have Penn Hills coming up after you, and he hates Penn Hills, except Harvey Smith is their coach, so he loves Penn Hills. So we'll discuss that later.
Okay.
But you know how he is with his teams.
I know. I didn't think he was going to make it through last week's taping.
Why?
Because it was Gateway, he was like freaking out.
Well, he's at another level. Like, you think he's loud? Since I've known him, he's told me how great Gateway is, even though they fell down and changed coaches and things have happened, dropped a couple classes, levels. So, I respect it.
I'm still waiting to hear what year Jim graduated. He won't tell me.
He's the ageless wonder. We don't know. I've sort of figured out close. I'm within a neighborhood there, but who knows?
Are you as old as Jim?
I'm older. I'm older. I just turned 60 this year, so.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You are old.
I know. Bring those talking machine big mouth burgers up here, and then smile for the camera. when you turn around. In water. Yeah. Thank you very much.
It's hot up here.
It is. Well, that's just being next to me. I understand. Once I told you my age,
I know.
your hat sort of popped off.
Well,
Oh, it's
yeah,
back
my
on.
cutoff is like
It's
65.
back
I'm just kidding.
Welcome to the show.
1865.
Oh, good. Good. I'm in the running for whatever that position is.
I'm just joking.
I'm not. But thank you for your kindness.
You're welcome.
What are you thinking of the season that the Steelers have here?
I mean, I'm disappointed.
Because you picked them again to win.
I picked them, and for my weekly picks, I picked the Steelers. I was really disappointed, but I have to say I was kind of torn because I went to Ohio State, so I love Zeke. He made me proud.
How can you not?
And he's already up.
They didn't touch him the last 2 touchdowns,
with
right up the middle.
Peterson, he's up there with Adrian Peterson. This is his. This is amazing. So
Wow, you're a historian of the game.
But Ohio State. So I don't know.
That's your alma mater.
Trying. That's all I can say, Les.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. So.
Definitely. I know it's been tough with the Steelers because I predicted 12-4.
Yeah.
I'm now down to 10-6.
Yeah, but you never pick right, so.
That was pretty strong.
And Jim screwed me actually because
Tell us the truth behind the scenes.
I was like, Jim, do you think my picks are good? This was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, sure.
No, you need to go with Cincy and I actually changed a couple of them, and the ones that I changed screwed me, and I was out for that week. But
You're still friends with him?
Barely. I mean,
You know what? I appreciate your candor on our show.
Oh, sorry, I forgot this is TV.
This is a family type of show. I can't believe you ran off the reservation there. No.
Screwed a bad word?
No. I just wanted to see your reaction. Because you're on TV and you speak perfectly.
Yeah, I don't talk.
You're a linguist, too.
Well, on WPXI, they're really strict, but,
I never noticed. Smoking Jim's so subdued. He just goes like this and holds a card. And then he doesn't say anything. And Ty's like, are you going to say anything?
Well, yeah,
and he starts
Ty was
laughing.
like, are you a mute? Because Jim just sits there sometimes. He's so loud, but then other times he doesn't say anything.
My hearing is down 45% in 5 years.
I know.
Because of that. I was switching him up at different places on the right side. He's been on the left pretty regular now the last 2 years. And I'm having some difficulty.
He's calm and quiet, I'm like, what's wrong? What's going on with him?
That's happened a few times when I was guessing his age.
Really? He's probably, I don't know. His skin looks smooth, so.
Put one age out there. Put a guess. Here it is, folks. Mario Tempest, this is for you because we always talk about how old is he. Liz is going to put it out.
43?
He didn't even blink.
Jim!
He's still eating. Forget about it. I don't think that's right.
Don't guess my age, that's all.
I don't guess women's age or weight. I throw those 2 questions
I
out.
don't mind, yeah. I mean,
Okay, what's your age and what's your weight?
I'm not telling you.
I don't ask those questions. I just appreciate you having time to be on our show. And what's that language business that you have? Do you want to talk? Are you still doing that, or?
Yeah, I still do that. Lux Translations. I do translations from Spanish to English, English to Spanish, and then
What else?
every other language. I have people that I contract out to do translations. But then
That's
I'm
great.
also working with Dante Calabria and Timbo McConnell. And I'm the director of operations for a basketball organization.
How'd you get that job? That's fantastic.
So we run clinics for basketball, and Timbo, his son plays for the 17.
I know who he is. My dad was best friends with him. My dad was a basketball referee.
That's awesome.
And you could drop my dad's name, Saul Levine,
Really, I will.
to Tim.
I'll see him Saturday, and then
You could tell him you were on Alan Levine's show, whose dad
I
was
will.
Saul Levine.
Okay.
How many referees or loved
crazy,
by
yeah.
coaches, because you know how volatile Tim
Yeah.
can be.
Oh, Tim's crazy. Yeah. I mean, even when he coaches the kids at our clinics, he's
He's so passionate.
awesome. He's very passionate, but I can see like he can be intimidating in a way, especially to the younger players. But he just
Look at players
takes
like this,
charge.
what they got to deal with here. They're on
Yeah.
Penn Hill's team.
Yeah. So him and then Dante Kleber, who played for UNC.
I understand.
He had a
Great player.
He was actually drafted by the Bulls and then ended up playing overseas for like I think 14 years.
So he speaks 3 languages.
Yeah.
He tries.
He tries. He actually uses an Italian accent, which is funny because he's
Italian.
he went to what's the school out there? Oh my God, in Beaver, Blackhawk. Yeah, brain fart. But
How many languages do you speak? I got to ask that question.
I had 2. I mean, I'm fluent in Spanish and English, but I a little bit dabble in
others.
a few others. Yeah.
Well, I wish you good luck with that business.
Thank you.
And continued success on championship chase in all you do. I'm a big fan of the show
Yeah. Thank you.
because you're on it. And then a little assist with Smoking Jim. He finally broke the ice where now he won the belt off of Brian Cook,
I know. It's shocking.
which was ridiculous
I don't
that
know.
Brian Cook had that
I'm
belt.
hoping I win this week, even with the Steelers' loss, because I deserve it.
He went against the Steelers.
Yeah.
You know how he is.
So if you win, you should give it to me because you made me lose 2 weeks ago. So.
That's not going to happen. Liz, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Bye.
After that introduction, all I got to do is say thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate serving this country and everything that it represents. So,
And when did you sign up?
I signed up last February.
So you've
Last
been,
year, February.
when did you get in?
Last year, February.
Oh, you got in the day you signed up?
Yeah. But I completed basic training this past summer. So, I just got back like around 2.5 months ago. So
Where were you stationed at?
I was in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, where it was sweltering hot the whole summer.
Well, that's where they see what you're made out of.
Literally, you will see what you're made of when you're in that heat all summer, sweating.
What made you do this?
I wanted to be a part of something bigger. I like a risk, and I wanted to take some adventure. I know it was more of me than to just be a teenager and going to school and going to work and being on my phone all the time. So I was like, why not take this risk and be a part of something bigger and do something for myself to benefit not only me but my country. So that's what I thought.
Thank you. That's great. I got to dig down a little. We're on a sports talk show.
Yeah.
So I do have to ask you, I appreciate your service and everybody that's in the military. And I've had family and friends in the military. I respect all of that in these times like they are, so it's great. Did you play any sports?
I used to play basketball way back
When?
Way back when.
How old?
7th grade old, like
11, 12 years old?
that's like 11, 12 years old. It didn't work out for me.
Well, now you're 19, so that's not that long ago. Stay off your phone.
I did track too. I was good at track though.
Were you fast?
Very fast. But I'm not fast anymore.
What were your times? What was your 100 time?
That was like, well, around
Was that your
my
worst
age-
time?
No, around my age time, it was a good like 14, 15. So I was.
That was good then.
Yeah, back then for
You
my
were competitive.
very competitive. I didn't like losing. I didn't even like third place.
Really?
Really,
Meanwhile, it's like about that far apart from first to third.
it's not first. Yeah.
I like your style. You're competitive. A lot of us are in sports. That's why we play it. And your family's involved in sports?
We're very involved in sports. We love football, basketball. My little brother,
He looks tall.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
tall.
Taller than you.
Oh yeah, he's taller than me. He's my little big brother. He's younger, but he's bigger.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah.
Well, your dad looks tall.
Yeah, my dad's tall too.
All right, we give credit there.
Yeah.
So you played track and basketball. Did you play that through high school?
No, that
When
was
did you quit? 8th grade?
7th grade
You just started in 7th grade.
and ended in.
I'm glad I could tunnel down to the truth. Pull your phone out, get back on the phone, keep working out in the military, and keep doing all the things you do for our country. And I wish you best of luck in everything you do.
Oh, thank you.
All right, tell me your name.
Israel Reed.
Thank you. And who do you play for?
I play for Penn Hills right now. I just transferred, so from Woodland Hills.
I just want to notify everybody that Smoking Jim hates Penn Hills. This is one of the few shows where he's actually clapped for people from Penn Hills. So this is a rare day. Mark this day down, November 14th, 2016. And you were playing quarterback in Atlanta?
Yes, sir. I was playing quarterback in Atlanta. Started 7th grade for the 8th grade team, and I played 8th.
What got you interested in football?
Watching football.
No, that's an honest answer. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I just grew up on it and just always wanted to play since I was a little kid.
And you started.
Yep. My dad ain't let me start, but he let me start later.
Well, they're worried about all these concussions, and you look like you want to hit people even though you're a quarterback.
Yeah, I used to, but
How'd I guess?
my big head.
That could be part of it. We'll try to move on. So you moved up here?
Yes, sir. I moved up here a year ago. It's kind of.
What took you so long to get on a team then?
What team?
That's what I'm asking. You're on Penn Hills?
Yeah, I just transferred.
You just said that. Now I know it took some time.
Yeah, it took some time.
Every once in a while I catch a guest and they're honest answers, so I got you.
You got me on that one.
We didn't have to think so deep. I basically ask you what you do, and you play any other sports?
I play basketball.
What position?
Off guard and a 3.
Do you shoot it all?
A little bit.
You like to shoot?
A little bit.
What's the most points you've scored?
15.
Be honest.
15.
Come on, man.
I'm serious. I just play defense.
I was trying to dig deeper there.
Yeah.
You ever shoot any threes?
Yeah, I'm good at the 3.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice. Smoking Jim, you have to give me the scouting report on Izzy and basketball season. We'll have to find out some more. Well, I want to thank you for being on our show. What year are you?
Class of 2K19.
So you got a couple years to go.
Yeah, couple.
Well, good luck to you. You take care and all you do. Hey, welcome to the show, Randy. It's a pleasure to meet you and meet your kids first. Great kids you have there.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad to be here, and thank you, and welcome to the show. I'm glad to be here.
Well, good. Now I'm going to ask you some questions.
That's all.
I heard something that you were the first African-American quarterback at Central Catholic. He told me African-American.
Yes, yeah, that's true. When we transferred there from Westinghouse,
The big house.
yeah, the big house, I ended up transferring back, but I played for Central, and I started as a freshman quarterback and the sophomore quarterback.
Wasn't that rare?
It was very, very rare. I was 6%. Afro-Americans, when I went there, was only 6%.
No, that's amazing. What year was that?
Wow.
Sorry to dig back into that. We're trying to find Smoking Jim's age. It's not 43, but it's somewhere around there. I can't believe Liz was like that. I was only tunneling down a little bit, Randy. And what do you do now? Do you coach?
No, I don't coach right now.
Why is he calling you a coach?
Well, he calls me a coach because I coach my son, but I'm not temperament. My temperament is not to coach, but all the way up,
I respect that.
Yeah, I would volunteer and help out a lot of the youth, and all the way up, I would help them.
You were coaching.
Well, I was coaching, but
Being honest, you're a good man.
but I do coach Jesus. I do coach that.
Thanks for mentioning that. We appreciate that.
Well, what I do is I do counseling, and I do premarital and marital counseling, and there's a lot of coaching in that. Trust me,
That's a lot of hard work in there.
I
think I'm right on that.
Hey, there's a lot of hard work in that.
I think I got it. Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming up to the show. Good luck with your family, and good luck in your counseling that you do.
Is that all? I have so much more to say.
Well, we got a whole team.
Yeah, I know we got a whole
team that's staring at me.
But wait a minute, I have so much. Get off me, man.
Get nervous.
Nah, Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the show.
Can they get a hold of you somehow? You want to put that out there?
You can
I'll promote you. I got
well,
your
right now
photos.
you can get in touch with me through Smoking Joe right now. Okay.
I can't. He's still smoking Jim. Thank you, Randy.
Okay, Smoking Jim. I mean.
Welcome to the show. It's been a little while, but it's always a pleasure to have you on. And you're coaching at Penn Hills. How's that going?
I have to look at Smoking Jim when I say this because I know he's not too kind to Penn Hills, and I'm a Gateway guy, and he's a Gateway guy. Always Gateway. Always.
He lives and breathes that.
I'm predicting the next 2 years, Penn Hills is going undefeated. They're going to beat Central Catholic and win the state championship. I'm all in for Penn Hills.
I've never seen him flip-flop like that, Coach. I'm glad you eyeballed him, and they were all staring at him sincerely.
That's right. That's right.
That was great.
Yep.
Definitely. Now, what do you coach?
I'm the offensive coordinator.
How's that going for you?
Going great.
Give me some of the good stats here, because I know I'm a stat man. I like to hear good stats.
Well, we can start with this stat. Our quarterback this year broke a 20-something year record.
I heard that.
Yeah, Tony Morelli held the record prior to this year. And, in fact, he broke the record. Cam Tarrant, our quarterback, broke that record in the first 4 games.
First 4 games?
4 games.
You coached him up.
I did the best I could.
I think he did well.
He did well. You know, we have a system that just works. You know what I mean? And Smoking Jim knows. I've been around Jim for decades. I won't give his age away, but I've been around him for decades.
I better ask you how old you are. No, I'll leave that alone.
I'm 25.
2 times?
2 times, unfortunately.
Hey, we're all getting older. It's how we think about it and how you deal with other people, unless you're smoking Jim Frazier. And it's an exception to the rule. I hate to pick on him, but he makes it easy, Harvey.
Yeah.
You know, what can I say?
Well, you know, one of the reasons I come back is I love Jim's intro for me. You know what I mean? I learned things about myself that I didn't know until...
I know, and my thing is I don't like to ask any more questions because I'm not sure what's real and what's not real. So I always let it go, and I appreciate what you've done. I followed your exploits over the years when you made the paper. Yeah. So it verifies some of this stuff.
Right. Well, thank you for that. You know, one thing I will say about Smoking Jim, not only was he a great athlete back in his day, but every time I have come across Jim for decades, he's the same person. Always.
He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
No question about that.
I'm right in on that.
Second to none.
Definitely. No, I appreciate you defending him. He needs some of that.
Yeah.
Because he's easy to pick on. Because he says controversial things. He makes statements that are brash and bold and sometimes untrue based on no facts.
Well, most of them might be controversial, but most of them are true. You know what I mean?
I found it out.
Yeah, it might hurt, but
the
it's
only
true.
thing I will say as a disclaimer, he's a known gambler. And when he tells you certain locks, last year he had, 6 mortal lock picks. 5 of them lost earlier, so I said he lost 5 houses. He come back at the end of the season, got 1 house back.
Got 1 back, okay.
So, and then he goes and he has the audacity to keep telling people mortal locks. So, I tried to cure him of it. It didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
No, I've been working on him for 5 years, and we're like brothers from another mother, but he doesn't listen much. He tries.
Yep. Yeah.
But he still is a good man. I wanted you to bring up your team.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on the show, Dante. When did you start in football?
I started football when I was 5 years old.
5 years old. What got you to the game? Got you interested in it?
Just watching football in my life.
Like mostly everybody else. You enjoyed watching it.
All my family played football, so
You just had to.
Yeah.
And what position did you play at first? Wherever they threw you at.
I played quarterback when I first started.
Did you?
Yeah. And then I just started playing running back, and then as I got bigger, I just played wide receiver. So.
That's good. How many did you catch this year?
I caught a touchdown. Altogether, I caught like 4 passes.
Do you consider that good?
I mean,
under your system?
It's all right. I'm an upcoming wide receiver, so it's good for
What grade are you in?
10th.
Oh man, you're still a young puppy. We got potential there. Look at those hands on my man. And then that work ethic's going to get even better, I heard by the coach.
Yes, sir.
Do you like to work out?
Yeah, sometimes.
I'll take that. We're working on that.
Or football coach makes us go like extra hard in the weight room. So
Really?
yeah.
Well, good luck to you. Thanks for coming up. You answered the questions perfectly. It was about you. Take care. All right, Hollis, tell me your name.
Hollis Mathis.
Thank you. I appreciate that. When did you start playing football?
I started playing when I was 7.
7?
Yeah.
What got you into it?
Probably the NCAA football games that I used to play.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have any family that plays?
Yeah, my brother is a freshman at Slippery Rock this past year, and my brother also played for Aliquippa and graduated in 2009.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's good. And what position do you play?
I'm a quarterback.
Okay. Well, I heard the one quarterback set all kind of records. He's going to be on here. You got to watch him set the records.
Yeah, I had to. Sitting there watching, learning things so I could break those records next year.
Nice. I like your style. Do you have that work ethic that the coach is hinting about?
I think I had a work ethic. I think I put in the work.
Do you?
Yes, sir.
And what grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
Another 10th grader. You brought the young guys out here. I like this. So we can watch you the next couple years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's good. Hey, thanks for being on the show.
No problem.
You got anything else you want to say out there?
Watch out for us for these next 2 years. We're going to be dangerous. I think we're going to take it.
I like the positivity. Keep working hard. All right, tell me your name.
James Schropp.
You said it right, Coach. Excellent. And when did you start playing football?
I started playing football when I was around 5 or 6.
And how come?
Just grew up in the family.
Your family played?
Yeah, my dad played throughout high school. Then and later on too. But
So you were interested?
yes, I'm interested. Yes, yes.
No, that's great. And what made you come to Penn Hills now? What grade are you in first?
I'm a sophomore.
Ties right in. You got to. You played ball with them growing up.
Yes, sir.
You might as well end your high school career there in a couple years.
Yes, sir. Well, what financially problems with the other school that I was going to, and the transportation, it was
Too much.
a lot. Yeah. And
Well, it's simpler. It's right in the neighborhood.
yeah, it's 5 minutes away down the street.
That's a bonus.
Yeah.
Well, you keep working hard.
Thank you.
Good luck to you in all you do.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on our show.
Yes, sir.
All right, you know my first question.
Daquan Hardy.
You got it. And what an intro by your coach.
I know.
You got good hands and you're fast.
Yeah, I am.
You're not arguing either. I like that. All right, you're done. That worked out really well. I'm going to go with the theme since I like to find out, when did you start playing this game?
I started playing about 5 for Wilkinsburg.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice. What drew you to it?
It's just nobody in my family really plays. It's just watching the Steelers play. I was a big Steelers fan. You know, I just wanted to.
You wanted to do it on the field yourself.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's a good idea. And you're happy as a sophomore because you can catch the ball?
Yeah, I also play corner too.
You're a defensive man too. You like hitting people?
A little bit.
I just heard lockdown corner, so you must have some skills back there.
Yeah, I was one of the sophomores that started corner for the varsity.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on our show and telling us these secrets about you. And anything else you want to put out there?
Will Hollis said, watch out for us. We're trying to win these next 2 championships coming up.
I'm going to do that. Thank you. Take care. I remember when I interviewed you, it might have been 2 years ago that I'm thinking here. You remember?
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago.
What's your name?
Terry Smith.
All right, I got to get that out of there. You know that. And I know you were born into a football family, but when did you start?
I think when I was 5 years old. Yeah, 5 years old.
He's co-signing everything you're saying. That's good. And you had a great year this year?
Yeah,
What'd you do? Tell us. I want to hear it. Be proud.
I ran for 8 touchdowns. Had to step in and be the only running back this year because he was hurt for a little bit. So I stepped in a couple of weeks and
you did well.
Yeah.
That's great. Congratulations. I respect that. Well, you look in great shape. I know you work out.
Yeah, I work out. I do push-ups a lot.
Do you? Is that your key?
Yeah.
How many do you do? 3 a day? 4?
I mean, it just
Should I stop? 5? 6?
about 7.
That's it. You're done with this show. What grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade too.
There's a coincidence here. We got the sophomores here. Should I look out for you the next couple years?
Yes, sir.
Are there championships in the looking glass here?
Definitely.
Well, I like how you're agreeing with me. It's always great to have somebody agree. What are you looking forward to as a runner?
Open holes. I mean, we get a lot of
That's what I'm asking. They got a block for you a little bit, get you into the open. Then you can keep running. You had the perfect answer. We have fun on the show. I go for the truth. That's why I ask your name, and then the rest you know about because you play the sport. And you love football.
Yeah, I love football.
Do you play anything else?
I run track. That's about it.
What events do you run?
I just started running last year, and last year I ran a.
You run 100?
Nah, I ran a 400 and a 200 and a 4x4.
How do you do in that?
I did pretty good for my first year.
Good. So you got work to do.
Yeah, right.
I understand that. Well, I wish you good luck. Good luck on the football field for sure. And now that I know you're a trackster, good luck on the track. And try to get up to like 10 push-ups. I mean, that could be something good. It's just a guess. Well, I look for that stretch. All right, I got to ask you your name.
Tim Smith.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And you're the junior. He singled you out. What an intro by the coach.
Yeah, that was definitely a good intro.
That was strong. It shows the character part of you.
Yeah.
Nice to hear that. When did you get started in football?
I started at 5 years old. I was playing for Swissville, and I started out as a safety, and then I transferred to a running back after a coach saw my speed, so then I just took off.
How fast are you?
You want me to say my 40 time or like?
I'm thinking of that because I don't want to ask push-ups because I got a little pushback on the push-ups. So I know you probably do 5.
Like top 5 or 6 in the Whitfield sprints. Probably like 4.4.
This is why I was guessing. I was probing. I pulled it out of you.
Definitely did.
4.4.
Yes, sir.
Was that a good day or a bad day?
That was a good day. That was one of them good days. Yeah, had to stretch a little bit before.
Because I know runners and sprinters. My man was a fast guy, but he become a power lifter, and look what he's done. He started eating it all.
Definitely might have to erase him.
Well, he's a lot older than our one guest there. He's not 43. We'll let that go.
Yes,
so you started when you were about 5?
Yes, sir.
And you love football?
Yes, sir.
Do you run track?
Yes.
What a guess, huh?
Yeah, I run the 100, 200, 4x1, 4x4.
When do you rest?
Never. There ain't no resting.
I like that. And you work out?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Non-stop?
Just a little stop in there, too. I gotta go to sleep.
Little pause.
Yeah.
I understand that. Well, thanks for being on our show.
Thank you.
Good luck and continued success in all you do.
Thank you.
Especially on that track. I love the speed. I want to hear more. Welcome back to the show. Wasn't it earlier in the year we had you on?
Yeah, last year. I think it was like a couple months before the beginning of the year.
Yeah. That's what I do. I got to hold the mic like this because we don't have the other mics.
All right.
I got to put it in your face. Just answer the questions. Jeez. We're working it. It's a nice family show. Just trying to help promote you. Tell me what you're president of, because I got that league from last year or whatever. I need to hear it again on air.
Hold up.
This will be a commercial break.
All right.
I'll just hold the mic here and they won't hear you.
No, I'm the president of the Pittsburgh Buccaneers.
I got that. What about the league that you're in charge of? What's happening there?
The league is going good. It's the Pennsylvania Football League, the PFL. Basically, last year we had 16 teams. I broke it down to about 10 or 12 this year. Well, I'm debating on 12. Right now I got 10.
It might stay at 10.
Hopefully. I mean, I really don't want 12.
Really? I'm not going to go with that negativity. I'm going to stay with the positivity because that's what I present. How'd your team do?
We did well. For a first-year team, we made it to the semifinals. We lost, unfortunately.
You lost in the finals?
Yeah, lost in the finals.
That's disappointing. I saw some of your posts, but I wanted to bring it up here.
Yeah, it's because of one of our players that's here now, but we won't really get into it. No.
I wanted to bring them all up. Since you're done dissing them now, can we bring them up?
Yeah, we can bring them up.
New guy, need to hear your name.
My name is Marcus Roan.
Nice to meet you. What position do you play?
Well, I play defensive end.
Defensive end. Nice. When did you start in football?
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I think it was funny.
Say that again.
When did you start playing football?
I've been playing since I was like 5.
Oh, you kept the routine here that the rest did.
Yeah.
What got you interested? Family, watching sports?
Well, my dad used to always talk about it. Then, he got me into it, and then,
You're on your own?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. Well, it's nice to meet you here. Thanks for being on the show.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Thank you.
And good luck in all you do. And your name?
Gary Gates.
What position do you play?
Offensive guard.
How do you do there?
I'm great at it.
Nice. I like the confidence. When did you start playing?
When I was 5, I played for Lincoln Leamington.
Whoever said 5 is the first guess. You did a great thing. You got everybody else started at 5 years old. And you've been playing ever since. Now, what are you, 22?
No, I just turned 21.
Get out. That was a good guess, though. Wasn't it?
Yeah, close enough.
Well, good luck in all you do, and good luck with this upcoming season.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, tell us your name.
Buck Murchison.
Nice to see you again. It's a pleasure having you on.
Yeah, definitely.
And what position do you play?
Linebacker.
How are you doing there?
I guess pretty good. Made the All-Star game this year.
That's good.
A little something.
Yeah. You look like you're working hard. Stay off the drugs. Keep working out. He does 20 push-ups. We verified that.
24 push-ups.
2 sets of 12.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I'm glad you graduated to the second set. Name?
Devin.
Devin what?
Myrick.
All right, Devin Myrick. What position?
DB.
How are you doing back there?
Doing all right. I have my days.
Do you? Good days.
Good days and bad days.
Oh, you got both.
Got both.
You're a rarity.
Yes, I am.
Well, good luck in all you do. And I got to ask, when did you start playing football?
Actually, I think I started playing when I was 6. So.
There's the exception to the rule. He was looking for it.
Wasn't 5.
Oh, man. Why? What happened? You were still in diapers at 5?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Something. I don't know what I was in. I was in wrestling when I was 5. So.
Oh, well, you're an athlete.
Yeah, I did amateur wrestling too. No, like actual wrestling, like.
All right, enough of this. We're talking football. Good luck. Good luck in all you do. Take care. Thanks for being on the show. Hey, thanks for being on our show. We appreciate all the guests. Thanks for watching the show. And I end my show with "Stay Joey Strong."